I'm Michael Falcone, ABC News Deputy Political Director, and I'm joined today by former Obama 2012 campaign manager Jim Messina. Jim, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And because we believe all politics is social at This Week, we're going to ask Jim some of the questions you submitted on Facebook. The first one comes from Larry Roberts, who asks, what got him interested in politics and who has been a major influence in his career?
So I've been in politics my entire life. When I was in 4th grade, I ran Jimmy Carter's campaign in Roosevelt Elementary School. We were badly defeated by Ronald Reagan. I did it in college. I've always cared about issues and substance, and politics was always the best way to do that. And my mentor in politics is a guy in Montana named Dave Hunter, who is the wisest political operative I've ever met, who took a skinny kid in college and taught him about politics.
Next up is Addie Adams Wijnen, who writes in, what did he feel was the pivotal point in the campaign that turned the tables in favor of President Obama?
Look, once that election became a choice between President Obama's vision to move this country forward and Mitt Romney's policies, I always thought we were going to win that choice. And so I think over the summer, when that choice was clearly defined, I continue to feel very, very good about the campaign.
And can you tell us, was there a moment when you were most concerned about the president's chances on Election Day? One point during the campaign where you were worried?
I think after the August debt limit crisis in August of 2011, when our numbers were, historically low, and then, of course, after the first debate when everyone was very, very concerned, even then I believed we would win at both times. But, there were definitely some white-knuckle moments.
Next up is Amy Stevens, who is wondering, what 2 words would you use to describe President Obama?
Intelligent and committed.
And tell us why.
Look, I spend a whole lot of time with him over the last 4 years, and this is the guy who is always the smartest guy in the room, who understands both policy and understands what we need to do to get it done. And then I think committed, there's many times in the first 4 years where he could have made the political decision and he did what was right for the country. When everyone around him told him not to bail out the auto industry, it turned out to be one of the best things we had done. When members of both parties said, give up health care, you can't get it done. 5 different times during health care, we went in and told him health care was dead. And 5 different times he put it together and passed a bill that has made millions of Americans' lives better. That's why he's the leader who, I believe in.
Ron Viramontes wants to ask you, if you could choose a candidate on whose campaign to work in 2016, who would you choose and why?
Well, after getting to work for Barack Obama, that's a tough choice. I'm going to look at all the candidates, and what I think is important is someone who, like President Obama, has something to say, has a vision for this country. That's the kind of person who will inspire me and a whole generation of Americans to work for him.
Looking ahead to 2016, do you think Republicans have a deeper bench to work with in terms of potential presidential candidates than the Democrats?
I don't. I think their bench is problematic. Look, I think if you look at the current standing of the Republican Party nationally, it's the lowest it's been in 30 years, in part because of the positions they've taken on the issues. And if you look at the 2012 primaries, Governor Romney was forced to go so far right in the primary because of who the base of the Republican primary is, that by the time he got to the general election, he couldn't get to the center. And he took positions on immigration reform, on social issues like contraception, that were incredibly damaging to him. And I think until the Republican Party deals with its internal fights, their nominees are going to have real problems.
Okay. We've got a quick lightning round for you right now. Let's jump right in.
Lightning round, I like it.
iPhone or BlackBerry?
iPhone, no question.
Okay. How about your favorite movie of the past year?
I loved Lincoln. No surprise from a political guy.
And your comfort food?
Comfort food is macaroni and cheese. You gotta have it.
And since we're right in the middle of March Madness, I wanted to ask you, who are your final 4 picks and who's going to win the whole thing?
Well, I'm crushed that the University of Montana was defeated in the first round, my alma mater. I have Louisville winning it all. I have Ohio State. Unfortunately, I picked Wisconsin, and they're already out of the tournament. And I can't remember who I picked on the Gonzaga, and they're out too.
So the president has Indiana and you have Louisville.
I have Louisville. Now, I am #1 in my office pool right now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
All right. Jim, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, and thanks to everyone who submitted questions. Be sure to follow This Week on Twitter at ThisWeekABC, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ThisWeekABC.